Hello guys, it's been a while since my last video. What I have for you today is an unboxing video for my Pioneer Challenger deck. So yeah, I've been busy with work and some other stuff, and I got this news that Magic Pro Tour is coming to town, and what I heard is that the format for the tournament would be Pioneer, starting from the store qualifier until the Pro Tour itself. Later on, you know the, the championship between representatives of the regions and stuff. So that's why I bought this deck to become my staple item for the Pioneer tournament stuff. I actually bought two, but the other one is already unboxed, so yeah, just so I know what I am dealing with. So now but this one is still sealed, as you can see, so we can open it up together. So without further ado, let's crack the box up. So let's start unboxing this guy. So Pioneer itself, I think it's a new format for Magic. The format only allows us to play or to use cards from the set Return to Ravnica, if I'm not mistaken, which was released back in 2012. And yeah, all the cards that is released from that set until the recent one, the Streets of New Capenna, it's available for you to use, but there are some cards that are being banned because it's just too powerful in the format. And do you guys believe in ghosts? I don't know. It's just some quirky line behind the packaging, and let's just open the whole thing. So the Challenger decks comes with this awesome deck box, which is kind of textured, I think, with some nice, not too glossy, but shiny finish, similar stuff with the box here. So this is the deck box. It's not really a real deck box, but you can use it for storage. And we have some excess cardboard, some art card, I think art card for similar with the packaging by, I think it's, let me focus here if it can. Don't think it can though. Yeah, by Adam Paquette. I think he's been making making a lot of arts for Magic in the past years. And then in addition to the art card and deck book, we will of course have the rulebook. This is some promotional stuff because this particular deck comes with 3 others. Mine is Azorius Spirits because I'm planning to play Spirits for the tournament. And then there are Orders of Auras, Mono Red, classic Mono Red, and then Lotus Field combo. I mean, I've done my research on the decks, and I think the Spirit is the most affordable one out of the bunch, but it's still considered as tier 1, so I mean that's quite the bargain. And behind the pamphlet there is some art of Stone Coil Serpent, if I'm not mistaken. No variation, just basic. Maybe you can hang it on your wall or something, but it's all folded up anyway, but it's cool nonetheless. And then if you are aware of Magic Best of 3 format, you don't only have to have a 60 card deck like this one, but also a sideboard, so you can change your strategy between the game. So yeah, this comes with in total of 75 cards. So that's the simple unboxing. We will get to the cards more up close and personal uh, for just a moment. Okay, now let's get on with the cards. I think let's just start with the sideboard first. I think just fewer cards to talk about, but let me just open it first if I can. I think I did just fine when I opened the other box, but I don't know. Here you will have, I think, at least 15 cards as your sideboard. Let me see if I can focus the camera first. Okay, here we go. Some instant speed removal, which is highly restrictive, but this logo may suggest that this art is particular to this deck, but I have to double check that because later on you will there are some cards that have this logo, but the art is dissimilar with its original set. So yeah, so 3 isolate, let's put it here, and then 3 Energas, another instant speed quasi removal, I think, because it's only let us to put something on top or bottom of someone's library, but and then the target is also quite limited to only red and green cards, but depends on your matchup. I guess it will be very powerful in some matches. Silway, some flash enchantment, but it's so restrictive. You have to get your opponent's creature tap first, which means usually let them attack first and then use the and then use the cards. But yeah, Spell Pierce, which has been reprinted in Neon Dynasty if I'm not mistaken. Cheap counter spell, but it's only for non-creature, and unless its control pays to those phrases can be quite tricky to play with, because especially later in the game when your enemy has all the mana that he or she needs. So but still in early game it can be quite powerful. Default Decree, another exile apparatus, but again limited to black or red with a bonus of scrying. Silk Wrap, another exile tool to play around with, mana value 3 or less. This might be quite good for modern, where the creatures are mostly under 3 CMC, but in Pioneer I think there are some powerful cards that 4 or 5 on the CMC here. I don't think this card will see many plays. And then Light of Hope, cheap spell for 1 mana, but you gain 5 life. I mean, that's quite a lot for 1 mana, but that's an option for you. Destroy target enchantment can be useful in some matchup, and I don't know if I think it's quite useful in standard though, but I don't know if it works in Pioneer. Again, I don't have that much experience in Pioneer, but hopefully I will do just fine in the tournament. I mean, I have at least a month or 2 to practice, so yeah, wish me luck. And then that's just it for the sideboard. So let me count 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, 15 cards on the sideboard. And now let's go to the main deck. Some of you may have already noticed how special the card that was on top of the deck. But let me open it up first. Oops, I have pulled card. Let's toss the plastic away. It's quite heavy. So it's a 60 card deck, a full deck. I think you can play immediately with this just fine, but I don't think it's optimized. So yeah, the first card, Patient Borrower, quite the famous one. It is now around $15 a card, I think. Hard to get, not many, at least in Indonesia. Many people open Eldraine because of the pandemic stuff. I don't know, but yeah, it is quite hard to get this one, and it's pricey too, $15 a card. But yeah, it's quite powerful. And then Mausoleum Wanderer, just as hard to get as Brazen, but less less expensive, around $5-7. But I mean, if you haven't already noticed, just like the name of the deck, most of the creature here are spirit, but the spirits are powerful. It seems to be when they are together. Another Mausoleum. You got two copy of Remorseful Cleric, good for graveyard hate, especially with dealing with enemy. You utilize their graveyard, like Delver or Reanimation, stuff like that. Selfless Spirit, good way to protect your creatures. It's quite pricey now too. It's $10 a card, I think, and hard to get. Again, hard to get. Then Rattle Chains, these are cheap but still key to the deck, I think. Yeah, you got 4 copies. Let me handle better. Cycle Gaze, you get 3. Just around 5,000 rupiah or something. Just half a dollar, perhaps. Yeah, half a dollar, 50 cents for the card. 3 of Cycle Gaze, and then Supreme Phantom, Anthem effect for your spirits, but not itself, sadly. But yeah, I mean, it has a strong body with 3 defender for only 2 mana, so that's why it's rare, I think. Another Supreme Phantom, you get 4 of this. And then this is the card that I was talking about. You can see that there is somehow a promo logo here, but the art actually, I think it's similar with the one with its original printing in Eldritch Moon. I forgot when, but yeah, maybe a reprint. But I thought that this was special to this particular precon, but I don't think it is. And now Glacial Fortress, the Good Dwelland. If you especially in 2 colors, this will be quite effective, and it's quite pricey too, $7 to $8 now per card. You need a playset of this to make it for a machine. And then the temples, it used to be 4 temples. Scryland, not too strong, a bit slow because it enters tap, but Scry can be quite powerful, but I don't know whether it's quite effective in the format or not. We still have a lot to go. We have 4 copies of Spectre Sealer, basic 1 mana, 1-drop 1/1 with flash, and you can give him 4 mana to draw a card. And then Watchers of the Spears, nice quasi ramping because creature with flying cost one generic less to cast, so all of your spirit will be cheaper. They are already cheap, so how you can imagine how efficient your mana will be in calling them down if this guy is around. And don't forget, it has some like prowess type, but with creature with flying, so if you time it right, this guy can get quite big, especially with the ramp that it provides. Imperial Eagle is just basic anthem for your flyings. And then 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10, I just got bunch of lands, basically bunch of lands, basic lands, of plains, just some plains and islands. And then the last key, the cards, another spell pierce, so you get a playset with the one on the sideboard, but again I don't think it will see too much use. I mean, depends on your matchup, but I don't think it is quite strong. And then Lofty Denial, it's a good synergy with your spirits because they are all of them are flying, so your enemy will have to pay 4 instead of paying 1 when get countered by this. And it's target spell, so you can stop people from casting creature with this too. So that's about it. Should be 60 here, and then so with this is 75, so that's the call of content of it. But yeah, so in terms of value wise, again I picked the spirit deck just because it's the cheapest out of all the tier 1 decks in the format, and after some research and a lot of calculation I decided to buy 2 just because just some tip, you with 2 challenger deck you can build a really solid deck for the spirit archetype, but you might need to get creative with the sideboard, and the expensive part is you have to buy additional shock lands, the hallowed fountain if I'm not mistaken, which costs $15 each. The list that I am following, the deck list that I'm following, only recommends you to play 3, but I don't think it's a waste for you to just buy a playset of the hallowed fountain and maybe adjust your mana base later on. And other than that, I think you only need to buy additional selfless spirit, and yeah, I think that's just it, and some additional instant from the resale set, the something ghastly from the crimson vow set. But yeah, I think you can find the deck list easily, but maybe I will do some deck profile later on when the deck is finally in action, so I can comment more on how it plays. But as for now, I'm still building the deck myself, still looking for those hallowed fountain. So yeah, I don't have too much to say about the deck, and just focusing on how, showing you guys the raw product. So yeah, maybe I will update you on the deck later on, and hopefully I get some good result from the tournament as well. So that's it for me. Thank you.